Yes, I work as a psychic medium. I can see, hear, I get little messages, I see movies. In fact, sometimes when I'm reading for people, it's almost as if I'm being interrupted because I'll be talking and I'll go, wait, what did you say? Or I'll go, oh, wait, because I'm talking and listening at the same time. When I'm getting interrupted, I know I'm on and I know I'm receiving messages, and it's very helpful. As for the psychometry, I love to do it. And I was introduced to it by a medium named Kenny Kingston, who used to be Marilyn Monroe's personal psychic medium. He showed me psychometry, and that resonated with me at many levels, and so I do use it. Psychometry is the ability to take an object, to hold it, to hear, and it's almost like a tuning fork for me. I start to hear who is here in spirit. It says, if I'm holding something for you, or for whoever I'm reading, I hear things about you, and it just helps me focus. It's almost like I get like, okay, I'm going to focus on you here, and this is my true north. It's almost like a compass, and it's very helpful. And it also works if I'm working on a platform with hundreds of people in front of me, or if I'm reading for one person. To me, it's better to know than to not know. And so I see it as a positive thing. Even if I'm bringing what I would call a challenging message to someone, I try to deliver it in a way that it is useful, that they can take something positive from it. I sometimes deal with people who are dealing with difficult health issues, or they lost someone who's close to them, or I have to communicate something difficult about a passing, or not, whatever it is. I think it's better to know than to not know, but it's imperative to deliver the message in a way that it can be accepted, understood, and hopefully acted on. I try to be a positive guy. I try to be optimistic. I try to see things from, a brighter point of view. People ask me, how do you deal with dead people all the time? And it's like, they're just in spirit. They're not dead. And that there's so many powerful messages of love and caring that come through that, it feels very positive to me. I came to mediumship in kind of a unusual way. It started out as everyone in my family has told me they have absolutely no ability. They don't see it. They don't get it, except for my father. But my father is the one who passed very suddenly. I was 11 years old, and it was very tragic. He was murdered, and he went to work one day. He never came home, and he was the focus of our family in so many ways. Where he was the father of 6 kids, and he was gone one day, and he was only 33. So after the funeral, I was out raking leaves, trying to act like a normal person and not a little baby zombie. I just was trying to put one foot after the other, and I saw him appear to me at the end of the driveway. And I was raking leaves, and it's like, my immediate impression was, I'm losing my mind. There's something really wrong with me. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid. I don't know what to do. And he just was, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not going to scare you. And then again, I saw him at school. I'm at school trying to take care of things. And it's like, okay, you're trying once again to communicate to me, but I wasn't really ready for it. I was raised Catholic. We have strict rules. Priest says go over here. Mom says do this. So I wasn't really attuned to it. But then as an adult, I married. I was thinking to myself, we bought a new home. We have a little girl. And I'm thinking all these things on a nice long walk one night, just thinking, I wish my dad could see these things. I wish he could see what had happened to me, and if not all of us. And I did hear another voice in my head, and I'm thinking, what am I? I've heard it described, am I having a benign schizophrenic experience? Am I having something that is not harmful, but not helpful, and I don't know what to do with it? And so I'm having a conversation with this voice in my head, and I say, okay, if you're really dad, tell me something I don't know, something I can validate, verify. And he did. He told me that my brother, Glenn, was surrounded by green ivy and white walls. That sounds like spy talk, or it's like some kind of strange thing. So my mom and my family I had moved away from them. I was in the Midwest. They were still in California. I called my mom and said, I had a dream about Glenn. I saw that he was surrounded by green ivy and white walls. Does that mean anything to you? Why, yes, it does. She tells me he just got a job at a floral shop called the Green Ivy, and he's just sweeping up and green ivy, white walls, and it's just, oh, brother. Okay, so that was real. That was something. So I started really taking those walks more seriously. Okay. And I didn't know how this worked. I mean, I really didn't. I wasn't fishing for it. I was vaguely aware of how it could work. I was aware of John Edward, and not much more than that. So, but I'm walking. Okay, now let's see. How do I do this? How do I do this? And so I consider myself very much self-taught, but learning to listen, learning to hear. And so it was really, I started asking Dad in spirit more questions. And then I got to the point where it's like, okay, did someone tell me this stuff and did I just forget it? I need to go somewhere where I don't know anyone, no one knows me. I can't, make the excuse that someone told me and I forgot and then I dredged it up. So I went into a little psychic paranormal bookstore and I said, can I just try reading someone? I think I'm psychic. I mean, this is just like kind of the clumsy walk into it, chin first. Let me see what I can do. I have no idea. It's like learning to swim by jumping in a pool. And so I did. And I started sitting for this lady. She sat and I started to read for her. She was the manager of the store. And I see, do you have a son? And it looks like he got beat up. And he's kind of convalescing at home. And there's like a couple of boys beat him up all at once. And I think your dad is with them. She's going, that's exactly what happened. When would you like to start reading for us? It was almost like, but I started doing this in evenings and weekends. And I started to get busy. It's been an amazing ride. When I do this work, I'm very present. So I'll go out, I'll talk a little bit about what I do, how I do it, probably turn away for a moment, it's almost like shifting gears. I'll be able to provide details. I tend to go, okay, I'm seeing this person here, I'm seeing that person there. It's yet to be determined, but I'll probably do some psychometry, which will involve putting a table out. So I'll say, I'm holding this item, this is what I get, and then I'll ask who owns this, and then I'll go into the audience and I'll say, okay, can I finish the reading with you? And then I hand it back to them. That's generally how it works. And it's good because it shows that I'm not like looking at them and seeing, okay, you're this kind of, you just don't know. And so that's what makes it, not knowing and not having any preconceptions makes it easier for me. So that's how I do it. I believe we are energetic people, energetic beings. You've heard this many times. Because of our energetic being, that being energetic beings, we radiate, we imprint. And so the idea is that if you wear something, I believe a little bit of your energy will be imbued, embedded, imprinted. I don't need cell phones. Keys are okay, but they're kind of a mixed bag. I mean, like people will give me their car keys and I'll hold them. And then I get like every part of your life in a way. I'd almost prefer something simpler. So people, again, send me glasses, a pendant they might wear, a pen that their dad carried and used. It could be, something that their daughter loved. And it can be toys. It can be, it can be a hat. I mean, I do hold in pieces of clothing too at times, blankets and other things. But I'd probably prefer something of a more solid nature. Wood, I mean, it doesn't have to be metal. It's not like it's pure electricity. But I think that it just seems to work for me. But I've used and found leather and items and all kinds of stuff. So all of those things. The Psychic Vibes evening, it is going to be fun. We're going to do some interesting things. We're going to react. We're going to play. George Norrie is a lot of fun to be around. Very smart, clever guy. Very entertaining and interesting. I'm also going to be on stage with Candace Parisi. She's a delight. I do look forward to working with her and to play off of her. She's funny, she's fast, and I think you put all of us together and it should be a very entertaining experience. We all get a chance to experience each other. We tend to uplift each other. I find myself walking away on a cloud after I do an event like this because I'm inspired by the people I'm with. I hear wonderful things. The energy is palpable. You can feel it. You can experience it. And the funny thing is that you never know what's going to happen. I've seen relationships start in these things and unexpected connections. And we're all coming from a place where we want to learn and know something. So you're going to meet a certain type of person there. And we're all searching. And so it's just a fascinating, uplifting, positive, loving energy experience whenever I do an event like this. And I'm sure the Soul Summit will be just that. To learn how to direct where your mind goes. I feel like that many people just they don't think consciously about, I'm going to choose to think about this. I'm going to choose. They let their minds drift. I've learned that through meditation, I can take some control over where I want to focus my attention. Sometimes I put things in a box. It's like, I'm here for this. I'm going to set this aside just for the moment. I'm not ignoring the fact that something exists, but I'm very conscious of it, but I'm choosing to focus here on my client. And it can be like, choose to be happy. Choose to focus on the things that make you feel good. Choose to live a way that, say, would be inspirational to others. Choose, think, be conscious of that. And you'll find that it's almost like priming the pump. If you decide you're going to do that, all of a sudden you're doing it. And I think that matters. That matters to all of us.